Okay, we are live. All right.
All right. Oh, I don't have a mission.
Oh, I can bring it up.
Are we live? Right?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay.
All right, here
All
it
right,
is.
we're gonna start, everybody. So I'm gonna start with the Open Publics Meeting Act notice. This being is held in accordance with the Sunshine Law. Annual notice having been published on or about July 1st, 2025, in 2 local newspapers with a copy on file with the board secretary and a copy to be posted to the TCCS website. This meeting is being called to order at 7:09. We always start with our mission statement. I'm going to try my best to.
You want to read off here?
Yes. So it is the mission of TCCS to provide a nurturing environment in which students realize their full intellectual potential and become self-directed learners who make both pragmatic and creative use of basic skills and who understand and appreciate the cultural diversity of our society. The faculty, staff, parents, extended family, and other members of a child support network are committed to creating and operating a student-centered learning community which promotes and supports a child's natural curiosity and enthusiasm for acquiring knowledge. This learning community will follow a living curriculum, an experiential interdisciplinary study that encompasses literacy, critical thinking, and responsible social interaction while empowering each child to demonstrate his or her unique interests and abilities. Okay, so I already called to order. So the first thing is the swearing in of the new board members. Congratulations to Joanna Beck, Enid Vallejo Justy, and Natalie Lazou. We're happy to have you on our board. Natalie Lazou is not here today, so she will be sworn in at another time. So you just read the statement aloud. The statement in front of you. So we'll start with Enid.
And she can fill in her name.
Yep. I, Enid Vallejo Justy, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and this state under the authority of the people, so help me God. And then bottom.
Yeah.
I, Enid Vallejo Justy, do solemnly swear that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law for the office of member of a Board of Education, and that I am not disqualified as a voter pursuant to RS 19-4-1, nor disqualified due to conviction of a crime or offense listed in the New Jersey State 18A 12-1, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of that office according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Okay.
Congratulations. Welcome back. Okay, our new member, Miss Joanna Beck.
I, Joanna Beck, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and this state under the authority of the people, so help me God. I, Joanna Beck, do solemnly swear that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law for the office of member of a Board of Education, and that I am not disqualified as a voter pursuant to RS 19-4-1, nor disqualified due to conviction of a crime or offense listed in New Jersey State 18A 12-1, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of that office according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations. Okay, the next thing that we do is we go through the code of ethics. We kind of round robin. So one person will read and then the next person will read the next letter. So Keisha, do you want to start?
Acknowledgement of receipt code of.
This one. Sorry. It's this one.
Number 8, please, ma'am. I will uphold and enforce all laws, rules, and regulations of the State Board of Education and court orders pursuant to pertaining to schools. Desired changes shall be brought only through legal and ethical procedures.
Okay, Stacy, yeah.
I'll make decisions in terms of the educational welfare of children and will seek to develop and maintain public schools that meet individual needs of all children regardless of their ability, race, creed, sex, or social statement.
I will confine my board action to policymaking, planning, and appraisal, and I will help to frame policies and plans only after the board has consulted those who will be affected by them.
I will carry out my responsibility not to administer the schools, but together with my fellow board members to see that they are well-run.
I will recognize that authority rests with the Board of Education and will make no personal promises nor take any private action that may compromise the board.
I will refuse to surrender my independent judgment to special interest or partisan political groups, or to use the schools for personal gain or for the gain of friends.
I will hold confidential all matters pertaining to the schools which, if disclosed, would needlessly injure individuals or schools. In all other matters, I will provide accurate information and, in concert with my fellow board members, interpret to the staff the aspirations of community for its school.
I will vote to appoint the best qualified personnel available after consideration of the recommendation of the Chief Administrative Officer.
I will support and protect school personnel in proper performance of their duties.
I will refer all complaints to the Chief Administrative Officer and will act on the complaints at public meetings only after failure of an administrative solution. You have to do the bottom.
That's it? No.
So
So, yeah, everyone is going to have to sign the form that says that they receive this annually, and then those get turned over to Mr. Jazzwinski.
Thanks, Tom.
Oh, thanks. Okay. Okay, next we have a reorganization. So this is the time of year when the board resets and we establish a new executive committee for the board. The positions that we have are president, vice president, treasurer, secretary, and assistant secretary. Traditionally, what we do with this is we will go position by position, where we'll take a nomination. We need a second on that nomination, and then it will go to a vote for that particular position. So typically, we begin with president. So are there any nominations for president? Okay. Do you accept the nomination? Okay. Are there any other nominations? All right, perfect. So we'll just do we'll vote around the table. Anthony? That's a yes?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, I guess you had to vote for yourself too.
Yes.
That's a yes. All right, good. All right. So president is all set. Do we have any nominations for vice president?
I nominate Keisha Carter.
Keisha Carter.
Anyone second?
Is there a second? Okay. Are there any other nominations? Okay, we'll take it to a vote. Anthony?
Yes.
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 Perfect. All right, congratulations, Vice
We didn't ask
President.
if you seconded. Whoops.
Actually, you're the president. You could be running this from now.
Oh,
But I just
okay.
had to
You
get
want
the
me to do
president out of the way. Please go ahead.
Next up is treasurer. Okay. So any nominations for treasurer? Keisha
Everybody already
seconds.
voted yes.
So Keisha nominated Stacy and Anthony both seconded, so you could pick one.
Okay, wait. So who nominated?
Keisha.
Okay.
Keisha
Keisha nominated Enid.
Sure you want me to take the?
No, I'm good. Good.
I'm just kidding.
Just keeping track here. We need a secretary quickly. That's what we need. So who seconded? You said
Stacy.
Stacy. Okay.
And Anthony, they did it at the same time.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Anthony, yes, vote yes or no?
Oh, yes, I said yes.
No.
Yes.
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 Congratulations.
Okay. Great.
The next position is
Secretary.
secretary. Any nominations for secretary?
I nominate Elizabeth.
I second. Do you accept the nomination?
Yes.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Anthony?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Okay.
Assistant secretary.
And assistant secretary. Any nominations?
I nominate Yvette Gonzalez.
Second.
Yeah.
Is this back?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Go ahead.
Yes.
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 Congratulations, Yvette.
Okay.
Back to secretary.
Perfect. All right. So
All right.
we are set. Our executive board is set for the 25-26 school year. That is President Xiomara Hadnot, Vice President Keisha Carter, Treasurer Enid Vallejo Justy, Secretary Joanna Beck, and Assistant Secretary Yvette Gonzalez. Congratulations, everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
So the first item is the approval of minutes from 6:16 and closed session minutes from 6:16. I don't have, all in favor? Aye.
Are you good first? Someone's
Do I
got
have to
a
do a motion?
motion. Yeah.
Committees?
Not yet, sorry. I need a motion to approve the minutes. Can I have a motion? So Anthony motions, can I get a second?
Second.
Joe seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, minutes approved. Thank you, Ms. Goodrich, for your last minutes.
Yes.
Okay, and now it's enrollment update.
Okay. 1 second. Okay. Welcome to the new year, guys. Happy summer. We are in July here, so the first order of business is making sure that we are at full enrollment for next year. Currently, we actually, in the last week after school ended, we had 3 kindergarten spots that had opened up due to either relocation or just reconsidering the positions. You know, we have a very lengthy wait list for the kindergarten, so those other spots were offered. We're just waiting on the registrations to go through with the town, but there's no issues there. Other available slots that we have for the coming year, as of right now, based on the intent forms that we received and written documentation from other parents, we have 2 first grade spots available. We've got 3 second grade spots available, and we have 1 fourth grade spot available. All right, so by the end of the week, those are going to actually be sent out to the wait list, and that process will begin. And Stephanie will communicate that with the district to make sure we have all the paperwork and everything's in order. But otherwise, we anticipate being at full enrollment for September, and we'll have an update at midsummer as far as any of these vacancies go. Next thing I have is just the facility update. Right now, you can see obviously that we've already begun resetting the building for the coming school year. The custodians have been working really hard over the past week just to really start clearing out rooms. They have a very aggressive plan for getting upstairs done. And any spaces that aren't currently being used by ESY and camps and things like that. So they really hit the ground running with that. And they've actually been able to use the fencing system that we have to keep kids out of the areas where they're working. So that's working out nicely too. But we are on track, obviously, for the rest of the summer. We do have some additional helpers and whatnot working with maintenance, which is definitely hopefully going to keep things moving swiftly. These are some of the things that we learned from last year, and Mark seems very confident that we're on track for having the building reset at least. The other obviously pertinent facility update is just relating to the HVAC system. You see that we are in the atrium today, and that's because it's very warm upstairs in the music and art suite, because the HVAC hasn't been replaced yet, because that process is ongoing. We didn't have an opportunity to have a facilities or finance committee today because the committees haven't been reset for the new year. But just a very brief update on that is that the quotes that we had discussed at our last meeting, we put all those out to bid, and we're looking for quotes for the electrical work and for the mechanical work. We got 1 mechanical quote today, and we got 2 electrical quotes earlier in the week. The deadline that Tom had set for that stuff is Friday. So we'll have a definite idea of what we're looking at in terms of best pricing and best options for moving forward with the project by the end of the week. But, once the committees are set too, we'll be able to provide updates throughout the summer on that stuff. But we certainly don't want that holding anything up in terms of getting the job done, because we know it's going to be lengthy, but we also need to get moving as quickly as we can on that. That pretty much covers the major facility updates, Tom. That pretty much covers what's going on with the HVAC, right? Yeah. So we'll have a lot more information by Friday. Hopefully good news when it comes to the pricing. We'll fill everybody in at the July meeting, or July 29th meeting, I should say. And that's all that I have for enrollment and facility. Sonia is actually not here tonight. She's just getting back from vacation. So Ms. Anders is filling in here to cover some of the things that she was going to discuss tonight. So if you can, Ms. Anders, just give us a brief update on the programs that are going on.
So the SAI, our summer academic intervention, and our extended school year programs, those are both our academic programs, started yesterday. It was pretty well attended. The extended school years for our classified students, that is based on their IEPs. There were 8 students attending that program. 10 students are supposed to be attending. We're just getting hold of the parents of the other 2. For our summer academic intervention, those are for general education students who need just a little extra support. We don't want them to have that significant summer slide over the summer. We have 20 students right now coming to that program. We are using iReady for our baseline data. All the students, and that's for students entering 3rd through entering 8th grade. So last year's 2nd to 7th graders, they were recommended by their teachers. So we are using the iReady data as our baseline. Students who were in 3rd through 7th grade had taken it at the end of May, beginning of June, so we're not making them retake it, but our 2nd grade going to 3rd grade hadn't taken it at all because we didn't have it available for 2nd grade until next year. So that was their first task. That way we have baseline data, and then we'll have data to compare at the end of the program. So we're comparing apples to apples, but despite the fact that they are here over the summer, the kids don't seem too miserable to have to come into school the last 2 days. So hopefully that spark, I see them come in a little, and then they leave a little happier. So the teachers are trying to make it, fun and engaging, while also really trying to close some of those gaps. So it's only day 2.
Very optimistic.
Perfect.
I'm gonna go for it. I greet them at the door, very happy. They're all just like, I'm happy to see you.
Okay, great. Thank you, Christina. The next thing that we had on there is just about a brief summer camp updates. Mr. Cuttle is unavailable tonight, and Jean is actually in Alaska, so we don't have a staff rep on the board tonight. But he did send me a message to read to everybody just about camps. He said all of our camps are at full enrollment and buzzing with energy. Sports and science camp is diving into hands-on STEM projects, and gearing up for an exciting lineup of field trips. Our camp is bursting with creativity as campers explore new weekly themes through painting, sculpture, and more. Theater camp kicks off in July, and excitement is building. The show announcements will be shared as soon as we hear back from MTI Publishing. So that is to be announced. And yeah, the camps are definitely buzzing and full, and the kids seem to definitely be enjoying themselves. And thankfully, it's not too much of a distraction to our academic programs as well. There's a lot going on in the building. Yes. But we appreciate everybody kind of being flexible and working together, even when it comes to sharing space and all that. And we're still getting what we need done. So we appreciate it. And those are the general updates for the director's report. Any questions? Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Hadnot here to discuss any old business.
Okay, so we have the survey results presentation for the staff, students, and parents. You could pick
Who would you like to start with?
anyone. We're always student-centered, so I think we should end with them.
And,
just
okay, perfect.
honestly, to
So
keep
we'll
them
start with
fresh. We could
the staff
start
then.
with staff, yeah, okay. All right, so I'm gonna go off my notes here. You can click to the next one. So results featured in the call-out boxes on slides with charts reflect strongly agreed and agree responses. This presentation reports the results without commentary other than the necessary summarization and accompanying accompanying interpretation of free text comments. These results are shared with the lead person and Board of Trustees for the purpose of evaluating the lead person, assessing current board and district goals, and in future goals planning. Historically, the individual administrative results are not presented in a public forum. It is within the administration's discretion to share the results with the staff. So these are some trends that we saw. So the leadership and department chairs, their commendable helpfulness, availability, and communication. They wanted more professional development opportunities, wanting more hands-on guidance, and hallway behavior, specifically on the first floor. Special services, teachers are provided with IEP and 504 plans to meet students' needs. The school does reflect importance on special services and support staff. Performance management, so the performance management process is good and evaluation procedures are clear. So some areas of improvement: increased collaboration with administrators, safe space to provide constructive feedback and desires of a more positive learning environment, professional development, interest in technology, classroom management, and paraprofessional training. And there was comments that the board role is better communicated this year. So this is a direct evaluation of the school. So what I did in the left, that blue box is just, again, the agree and strongly agree. We look at those percentages. So last year, those scores were 50%. We made it up to 83 this year, so very favorable. In regards to the leadership and whether they encourage communication, open communication, it was 62% last year. This year is 86.
You take off the only 86%. You know,
Sorry. Huge 86%.
There you go.
Jazz hands. 89% of the staff believe that TCCS board prioritizes student achievement and needs. This was 62% last year. 83% of the staff believe TCCS has a strong positive school culture. This was 55% last year. 89% of the staff believe that the TCCS leadership prioritizes student achievement and needs. This was 62%. 58% of the staff believe TCCS consistently enforces student discipline. I started looking at some of these over 2 years, so this is up from 29% over the 2 years. So a big difference. So our discipline last year, just so our new board members are aware too, last year there was a big haul on the discipline, like rule books, and there was a cross-collaborative goal to kind of redevelop it. And then there were posters put up, so there was a lot of work put to that. The TCCS leadership encourages staff collaboration. 89% believe that. I'm just gonna not mess up my, sorry. 61% of staff believe TCCS values classroom aids and supports their role in the classroom. 90% of the staff believe TCCS supports a strong special education program. This is up almost 20%. This is up 4%. 94% of the staff are given the IEPs and 504 plans. 89% of staff believe TCCS provides robust technology resources. So the next slide is a summary of free text comments from staff surveys. To gain full context, it would be helpful for those who, with the appropriate authorization, to read the verbatim text from the original document, as this is by its nature an interpretation and may not fully capture the original intent. The numbers on the left of each, oh no, I didn't do that on this one, sorry. Didn't update my slide. So, sorry it's so small. So areas of strength were positive climate and culture. The school is widely described as warm, inclusive, and student-centered, with many noting a significant positive cultural shift over the past 1 to 2 years. Staff-student relationships are strong, respectful, and rooted in mutual care and encouragement. Diversity and social-emotional learning are celebrated and deeply embedded in the daily experience. Collaborative and supportive staff. Many staff members appreciate the camaraderie and teamwork, describing the environment as collaborative rather than competitive. There's a noticeable increase in trust and transparency across the school, especially compared to previous years. Community-connected project-based learning. The emphasis on project-based learning and real-world experiences is praised, giving students lasting, meaningful connections to the community and curriculum. Some areas to grow are the communication systems, more accessible and consistent updates, especially for intern staff or those who are without assigned spaces. Recognition and inclusion of paraprofessionals. Paraprofessionals feel undervalued and often uninformed about the school plans and events. Assessment practices. Some staff members expressed interest in returning to paper-based assessments and running records in lower grades to better support struggling learners. Hallway safety and supervision. Multiple comments raised concerns about unsafe hallway behavior, especially in the lower floors. So Ralph moved upstairs last year to help with the upstairs floor, and now it's happening downstairs. Inclusive, transparent decision making. Several staff feel excluded from key decisions, citing a lack of clarity and limited genuine input. So this next section looks at the support from the leadership staff with the staff members. So 78% of the staff believe the PD programs helped improve instruction. 64% of the staff believe they have time, tools, and training to use data to effectively improve instruction. 64% of the staff believe the planning time with grade level colleagues is adequate and effective. Typo. 61% of the staff believe they have adequate planning time across grade levels to ensure strong articulation. This one is evaluation of the work experience. So 91% of the staff believe staff meetings are scheduled with appropriate frequency. 83% of the staff believe staff meetings are productive and useful. This is up. 83% of the staff believe support functions are adequately trained. 94% of staff believe they understand the criteria used to evaluate their performance. 86% of the staff believe they are evaluated fairly and consistently. 72% of the staff believe the person who completed their evaluation were aware of student growth. Sorry. I'm going to leave these. We took them out. Sorry. For board members, it does have a 5 or more scale. So it breaks down classroom visits by each leader on the administrative team. And so they can either choose 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 or more, being that that's a direct reflection of the leadership. That's for us to look at. Over the past year, I've typically received post-observation and post-evaluation feedback regarding my performance. So you guys could look at that for a second. Okay. Formal evaluations are most likely to have been once in the school year. And then the majority of post-evaluation feedback is given by the principal. We left that one in. Okay. The next several slides contain a summary of the free text comments relating to specific questions from the staff survey. To gain full context, it will be helpful for those with the appropriate authorization to read the verbatim text from the original document, as the information in this presentation by its nature and interpretation may not fully capture its original intent. So the positive themes were supportive and approachable leadership. Staff feel valued and supported by administration, describing them as approachable, responsive, and constructive. I know that kind of contradicts the feedback of wanting to be part of the collaborative process. I think that there are certain areas from what I took from it that they would like to be more involved in, but there is an open dialogue outside of other things. Improved school culture and communication. There's been notable improvements in staff morale, collaboration, and clarity of communication. There's a strong administrative presence. While not all staff were formally observed, many reported consistent informal classroom visits showing visible leadership support. Exceptional office support. Praise for the professionalism and warmth from the current office staff. So there were areas of growth were that inconsistency with the observation practices. Some staff expressed concerns of receiving fewer than expected formal observations, leading to missed opportunities for professional growth. Need for more planning and PD relevance, a desire for more structured time to analyze student data and curriculum. Cross-grade collaboration, a few staff members noted feeling disconnected from the other grade levels, and work-life balance challenges. So these results give us an understanding of what to focus on for next year. So improve the hallway safety with consistent expectations and possibly school-wide rules, acronym. Ensure consistent discipline and dress code. There was some information about boys and girls. Evan's shaking his head. We have a council member here. There was some discrepancy in that. And create a structured discipline process to improve.
No, dismissal. This was dismissal.
Oh, sorry, dismissal. create a structured dismissal process, and improve fire drill logistics to reduce congestion. And that's not really the fire drill. It has to do with just dismissal. Communication planning and inclusion, increase advance notice for scheduled changes, events, and deadlines, use a centralized communication tool, and improve staff inclusion and decision-making, especially paraprofessionals and co-teachers. Academic rigor and student achievement, focus on academic excellence through data-informed instruction with designated time for analysis. They suggested an honor roll or reward system for high-achieving students and increased hands-on learning and reduced over-reliance on technology. And thank you all the teachers for completing that survey.
Is there just 36 staff members only?
36 staff members only, correct?
Not just that, just included on the team.
No, that's, what was the percentage? I
Didn't put it in.
Oh.
I think you had 72.
it was more, yeah, it was like,
Yeah, as opposed to how many staff members are.
Yeah, sorry, that was on a slide once and I didn't read it this year. No, that's
Okay.
good. It's a good question. I think it was, you have 72, right?
%73 completion rate.
Yeah.
That was it.
72 is right there.
So there's 49 total instructional staff and child study team members. So yeah, it came to about 73%.
What's his last time?
I do, hold on.
I think it was lower.
I think it was very close though. Staff survey. Last year it was 53.
Yeah.
So it went up 20%.
Perfect.
Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the parents. Let me switch my little spot here. Okay. So for this one, we had 95 responses this year, which is 32% of the parents. I could just tell you the last year in just a minute. Oh, it's the same number. See, I wrote it. Results, sorry, this is a lot of data. Results featured in the call-out boxes on the slides with charts reflect the strongly agree and agree responses. This presentation reports the results without commentary other than the necessary summarization and accompanying interpretation of free text comments. So this table highlights the key themes that emerge from the family feedback. Strong praise in communication, academic support, and enrichment activities. However, there was some concern still presented around the discipline, cultural sensitivity, and staff consistency, indicating, that we could always grow from there. So this is a school-to-home connection. 79% of parents agree that they are satisfied with the level of response that they get from the TCCS with what's a question or concern. This is up from 74% last year. 83% of the parents feel there's an adult at TCCS their child can trust. This was 81% last year. 66% of parents feel that the school has high expectations for their children. This is up 4%. It was 62 last year. This one is up 1%. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This was 63% last year. Currently this year, 76% of the parents feel TCCS clearly communicates. 78% of the parents believe they receive meaningful feedback from teachers. This was 66% last year. This score is the same as last year. 75% of parents feel their child is ready for the next grade. This also matches last year. 86% of parents feel their child is safe at school. 84% of parents feel that TCCS is clean and well-maintained. 61% of parents feel that discipline is enforced fairly. This is up from 56% last year. This one went down. Last year was 88%. 79% of parents this year feel that TCCS provides equal opportunities for their students. This one is also down 68%. Last year was 76%. 68% of parents feel there is a wide enough variety of activities to keep their child interested in the school. On this section, the parents are asked to rate the following on a scale of 1 to 4, 1 being unsatisfied and 4 being satisfied. So 58% of the parents responded one time a month or more. And the question is, how often did you receive information on services, tutoring, after-school programs, and workshops? This one, I mean, a lot of it goes out in the backpack notice weekly, so 51% of the parents responded once a month or more. This question is, how often were you invited to a workshop, program, or academic event focused on your child's learning? How often did you talk with a teacher or staff about your child's academic progress and goals? 40%, sorry, I didn't say anything. 43% of parents responded once or more per month. The question is, how often did you receive information from a teacher or staff about your child's academic, did I read the same one? Progress and goals. I think I did that twice. 82% of parents scored 3 or 4 for this one regarding the quality of the teacher.
It's just
Oh.
90%, so 3 or 4, right? That's wrong. That's assistance with extra help. You might have 2 pages.
Okay,
You're
I'm
good.
out of order.
That's all right.
All right, sorry. 90% of parents responded on 3 or 4 for the quality. Okay, let's just double check.
There you go.
everything from now
Assistance
on.
with extra
All right. Assistance of extra help. 82% of the parents scored a 3 or 4. The level of assistance your child receives when he or she needs extra help with classwork or homework. This was 85% last year. You're on the next one. How well does TCCS communicate with you? 86% was last year. Now we're at 90. How well TCCS helps you understand what you can do to support your child's learning. This was 77% last year. This year it was 85%. Is regarding the opportunities to be involved in your child's education. 88% this year, 85% last year. This one also went up regarding the education of your child that your child has received this year. It was 81%. This year is 86. This is a new question. Opportunities to connect with the broader TCCS community. 90% of parents scored 3 or 4. So the next 2 slides contain summaries of free text comments relating to specific questions from the parent surveys. To gain full context, it is helpful for those with the appropriate authorization to read the verbatim text from the original document, as the information in this presentation is its nature an interpretation and may not fully capture the original intent. So our positive themes are, the question was, do you have any questions, concerns, or suggestions regarding your child or children's safety during fire drills, lockdowns, or any emergency situation that may happen during the school day at TCCS? So the positive thing was clear communication with the parents. Direct quotes where I appreciate the communication when these events happen during the day. Drills are communicated well to parents. There was praise for the locked doors and safety protocols. Safety is good, and I like the fact that the front door is locked as a default. I am satisfied with the procedures that are in place. The neutral or constructive suggestions, the hallway bathroom drill confusion. Students are unsure what to do when drills occur outside the classroom. Emergency drill education at home. Parents want to reinforce safety language and procedures at home, especially for lower grades. Personally, as a board member and a person who works in the school, I've gotten these questions a lot, and I've had to share with people in the community that not all information can be divulged because it protects our students, but I understand the need to reinforce. Parking lot access and drop-off safety. Open parking lot could be vulnerability, can increase vulnerability. Cones, barriers at drop-off, and presence of a security staff. Evacuation plans for local hazards. A few parents had concerns about the proximity to the train lines and chemical spills. Never thought of it, but very good point. Visitor and door security, concerned that the front door is locked, making it easier for intruders to enter the vestibule area. Collaboration with first responders and involve local police and fire department to host assemblies and conduct drills with families. So this really illustrates our staff interactions and school success themes. So when it comes to teacher communication, many parents praise teacher dedication, staff support, and one-to-one communication. Some direct quotes are, all staff members have been supportive and great for both of my children. Teachers are like a family and genuinely want my children to succeed. Teachers' techniques are proving successful in my child's development. More communication this year regarding workshops. So the teachers who were proactive with the feedback consistent with emails or early meetings were appreciated. Emails with updates were helpful rather than waiting for parent-teacher conferences. In regards to the academic progress, parents noted success in math and ELA improvement, homework routine, practice tests, and digital work. Set out goals so this one parent that they set out goals and the student was able to achieve them, the goals they had set for their child. Events and field trips enrichment, field trips, science days, clubs, and school plays were big hits. The musical was a clear highlight. My children love collaborating on hands-on projects. So noted growth in student confidence, class participation, and peer inclusion. My son's increased confidence in participating in class discussions, great level of motivation, and great get a new child involved in and included. So sorry, I'm doing horrible with reading. Next year's areas of focus, the enrichment and program clubs. You're going to see this theme in the students. So they need more after-school clubs, hands-on science, STEM, music, and art. So they're looking for more academic clubs, sports, music, debate, financial literacy, public speaking, STEM, and cooking. There's desires for middle school specific activities and calls for mentorships and volunteer programs. Academic rigor and differentiation, challenge high achieving students more, add more project-based learning. Some key trends are to push more challenging work, especially in math, science, ELA, small group learning, especially for math and literacy, and more structured and consistent phonics and reading support. Communication and transparency. Teacher communication is inconsistent. We want updates, progress, and clarity. Timely updates about assignments, grades, and classroom activities is good, but progress reports mid-trimester, not just at report card time, and improve communication between teachers, admin, and parents. Parent confusion about TCSEO, WhatsApp chats, and school notices. Social emotional learning and discipline. There needs to be more focus on an emotional well-being and clear consequences. Some key trends were STL programs, peer mentorship, and bullying workshops. Desire for clear discipline policy and behavioral consistency, teacher training on SEL and conflict resolution. And then the facilities and cleanliness, the bathrooms are not always clean and lunch is overpriced and not nutritious. Key trends, bathroom cleanliness and hallway sanitation concerns, upgrade food vendor for quality and value. Some ask for halal, more cultural food options, and lunch reform as a learning opportunity. So I want to thank all the parents for their feedback. Okay, and last but not least, the most important of all, the student surveys. So we have to thank the student council for meeting with our governance chair and working on this with her. This was great, so we're ready. So approximately 43% of the students participated in the survey. Results featured in the call-out boxes are strongly agreed and agree. This presentation reports the results without commentary, necessary summarization, and accompanying interpretation of free text comments. We have a trend. Oh, that's not very nice at all. Sorry if you can't see that. So safe and inclusive environment. Majority response was most students feel that TCCS is safe and welcoming environment. Some common themes were better lunch and longer recess. Fair enforcement of the rules, bring back Boost, new electives and clubs, facility upgrades like the bathroom mirrors, sports gear, more responsive staff and less favoritism, and then more student voice in decisions, student council accountability. 65% of students feel TCCS is safe and comfortable. This is up from 58 last year. I just fell asleep. 76% feel TCCS is a safe environment for all races, sexual identities, religions, and genders. This is up from 64% last year.
You okay?
My foot's asleep. 62% feel TCCS is a safe environment. Oh, did I say that twice?
No, you're good.
Sorry.
Or unless you skipped over the one before it.
Wrong.
Yeah.
I did this one
We're
already?
almost there. Yeah.
62% feel in emergency situations that TCCF staff make them feel safe. Okay, 51%, I'm back. 51% of students believe they get too much homework. This is down from 55% last year. 11% feel that lunch is filling and healthy. This is a match for last year. And we have a new vendor, so it's interesting.
Not over the last 2 years, no.
Oh, it's 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, time for another one, I guess. The next slides are a summary of free text comments from the student survey. To gain full context, it will be helpful for those with the appropriate authorization to read the verbatim text from the original document, as this is by its nature an interpretation. It may not fully capture the original intent. Okay, so positive feedback regarding the role of student council. So responsiveness to students' needs. Some students appreciate the council's efforts to address their concerns, such as adding mirrors to the bathrooms and organizing events. The engagement with student body, there is a recognition of council's attempts to, oh my gosh, interact more with students and consider their suggestions. Areas of growth, a reoccurring concern is that the council often makes promises during campaigns that are not fully realized, leading to perception of unfulfilled commitments. Lunch quality and variety. Many students express dissatisfaction with the quality of the school lunches and desire healthier, more varied options. Facilities and amenities. Requests include I can't see, reinstatement with quality of school lunches. No, sorry.
just
Reinstatement in mirrors in the bathroom, the addition of swings to the playground, and improvements in sports equipment, and increased student involvement. Suggestions include organizing more events, offering longer lunch periods, and providing more recess time to enhance student engagement. We have definitely a trend. Okay, so the question was, do you feel the dress code is fair? So common support themes were many students expressed that the dress code is fair and appropriate. Some students feel that the dress code allows them to express themselves comfortably. A number of students appreciate the dress code and applies equally to all students. And you have the opposite. Some things that they can't wear that they want are Crocs, pajama pants, and halter tops are commonly mentioned. There are reports of the inconsistent enforcement, with some students being dress coded for minor infractions while others are not. Students express that certain restrictions, such as banning Crocs or hoodies, limit comfort and practicability, and some students feel that the dress code restricts them from their ability to express their identity. Our boost period themes. So our boost period themes are a significant number of student advocate for, I'm so sorry, I'm like old and I can't say, advocate for boost periods to assist with completing assignments, projects, and homeworks. They suggest using this time for studying, catching up on missed work, and receiving help from teachers. They did talk about stress reduction and mental health. Students highlight the mental health benefits of having a boost period, describing it as a stress relieving time that provides a break between classes. There is a desire for flexibility during the boost period with students, suggesting activities like reading, drawing, or engaging in quiet personal time. And then the support for extracurricular commitments. Students involved in sports of extracurricular activities expressed that a boost period would help them to manage their academic workload, allowing them to focus on their commitments without the added pressure of homework. So some areas to improve. Oh, this color is so much better. Desire for more breaks and downtime. Students express the need for additional breaks, such as longer lunch periods or a boost period to reduce stress. Requests include adding mirrors back to the bathroom, enhancing playground equipment, and restoring amenities like the zip line. Feedback highlights dissatisfaction with the current lunch options, emphasizing the need for better taste, variety, and healthier choices. Students desire more interaction with student council, suggesting they organize events and activities that reflect student interests. And there is a call for additional support periods like boosts to catch up on assignments, receive help from teachers, and reduce academic pressure. These are the elective feedback from solely the 5th to 8th graders. They did share that their sports teams, they have a strong demand for volleyball, with numerous requests highlighting its popularity. Interest in both basketball teams and electives. There's a request for football, including themed clubs like the New York Jets TCCS. Soccer suggestions for a soccer club, and tennis. If there's an interest in tennis team or club. When it comes to the creative arts and electives, they want to see coding and computer sciences. They have an interest in band, chorus, and string instrument classes. Did I read that right? Yes. Visual arts, desire for art electives, including painting and drawing, and performing arts. Request for drama, theater, and musical theater programs. And clubs and skill development. They are interested in a debate club to enhance public speaking and critical thinking, a chess club to develop strategic thinking, desire for clubs to focus on cooking and baking, and an interest in a slime club. So positive outcomes, what students like best about TCCS, students appreciate the dedication and kindness of teachers and staff, noting their efforts to make learning engaging and inclusive. There's a strong sense of community. Many students value the close-knit, welcoming environment where peers and faculty support one another. Engaging extracurricular programs like musical theater, sports teams, and field trips are highlights, offering students opportunities to explore interests and build friendships. Safe and inclusive environment. Students feel comfortable and safe with an emphasis on kindness and respect amongst peers and staff, and creative learning experiences. Innovative teaching methods such as hands-on projects and interactive lessons make learning enjoyable and effective. So overall, I mean, some of this is pretty redundant, but expansion of the extracurricular activities to include all the things I just discussed, enhancement of the school facilities and resources, better classroom furniture and seating, upgraded technology and equipment, improved cleanliness and maintenance on grounds, improvement in school climate and safety, ensuring fair and consistent discipline, promoting inclusivity and respect among students, addressing issues related to bullying and discrimination, increased support for mental health and well-being, availability of counselors and mental health resources, programs focusing on stress management and emotional well-being, creating a supportive environment for students to express concerns. And lastly, enhancement of communication and student involvement, opportunities to provide feedback on school policies and activities, increased transparency and communications between students and administration. As always, we'd like to extend our thank you to the students. I have to say, looking at these survey results, our kids are amazing. They are so articulate. They are incredible what they're asking for. It's not, I mean, longer recess, that's kind of our trends over the years. But really like good information on how they're experiencing the school and very, very well written. So I'm really proud of all of our students. So thank you guys for completing the survey.
And thank you for organizing and presenting all that. I know that was a lot of work. And it was a bit of a marathon tonight, yeah. But we do appreciate, obviously, all the feedback. And as we like to say every year, you know, next year's goals will certainly be tailored to look to address some of the things that have come up in all these different surveys. You know, we do see some common themes, obviously, across them. But overall, I mean, I have to say I'm very satisfied and pleased with the direction that things have gone over the last year, as I talked about in my presentation of our goals. And I'm happy to say that this really sort of reinforces that, you know. So we want to just keep it going, keep moving forward, and good work to everybody. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And to the board members, if you guys want, all of this has been shared with you. You might want to review it before you complete Mr. Gallo's evaluation, but it's been sent out and the deadline is the 15th of the month. Just so you know, as a result of that, he also gets like a write-up and we meet and review and then develop goals together and discuss pretty much all of the commentary. We go through each and every thing. And he loves it. It's his favorite part of the year.
You do. I value data and
It takes a
feedback.
while.
It's good. No. Yeah, so that was actually just the next thing on the agenda there. So yeah, that's covered. And again, thank you for all that.
Mhm.
Now, you want to move into
Yes.
committees here?
Let me just grab, can I grab Anthony?
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Just have surgery, so I'm gonna take a look. Otherwise, when I like wave to him, that he's not gonna move very fast because he's healing. One of the things that we did through communications was talk about what each role of the committees are. So just wanna go through really quick. That was faster than I thought, Anthony. You're moving faster than I thought.
Oh.
All right, so just to go over a little bit of it. So communications discusses the communication across stakeholders, including other parent organization groups. It sends out correspondence to the community, provides information regarding its board members, and develops resources for teachers to use within the school. The Finance Committee handles and reviews line by line all areas of budget, discusses new projects and developments when it comes to costs, develops procedures that could support efficiency within the financial components of the school. Facilities oversees all the facility projects and updates within the building. Governance handles all policies and bylaws, updates as well as elections. Is responsible for the school leader evaluations as well as the surveys analysis. Curriculum committee reviews beginning of the year, end of the year, middle of the year academic data, reviews curriculum within the building across all subject areas, and works closely with appointed school chairs for each academic area. Grievance committee reviews any grievances that are brought to the board level after going through the grievance procedure. RFP and stipends reviews any new positions or current stipend positions, as well as reviews 3 RFPs when choosing a new vendor. I cannot talk. And I think that's everything. Okay, so now what we do is we organize these committees. Do I do this? You want me to?
Yeah, same, it's
Okay.
similar process, right?
Okay, so we have to just nominate chairs, and then we have to determine who wants to be on the committee. So we could start with curriculum. So I nominate Joanna Beck as curriculum chair. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, so XVH, Stacey Harry. Okay, so now we'll go around for vote.
Say that.
Correct, right? Curriculum chair, Joanna Beck.
No, it's not a vote. No, yeah,
Oh, you
you
said
can, you look
same.
for volunteers. No, you're not. Yeah,
Anybody
this
else
is-
want to be curriculum chair?
This is less formal. Yeah, this is,
Okay.
But it is, but the bylaws say.
We have to vote.
Trustees do,
yeah,
so you could just say everybody in favor.
right.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, welcome to curriculum chair. All right, and for members who want to be part of curriculum, I sit on all of them. So Stacey Bahari. We usually try 2 to 3 people. Anybody else want to be in curriculum? Keisha Carter,
Who was on last year? You want to throw Natalie back on?
That's what I
Stacy,
was gonna say.
Yeah,
I think,
Natalie. Okay.
that would be Stacy, Natalie, and Beck. And
Stacy, yeah. So Joanna Beck is chair. Okay. All right. Next up is facilities. I nominate Joe Avino.
Yes.
Do we have a second?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Would anyone else like to be involved in facilities?
all in favor, all in favor.
Oh, I'm sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Anyone else want to be part of facilities? All right, Keisha. Okay.
Don't have someone.
No.
No, it's good. Last year was just Joe, so that's
Yeah.
100%.
Just Joe. All right, so next up is finance. I'm not going to nominate. Anyone else want to nominate?
Enid,
Okay.
well, she's the treasurer, so.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Anyone else would like to be involved in finance? No. Okay. It's me and you.
No doubt.
RFP stipend. Okay. The next one is governance. Any nominations for the governance chair?
Keisha Carter.
Keisha Carter. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Anyone else want to be involved in governance? Anthony McGilchrist. Anyone else?
I go.
Joe Vino. Okay. Next up is RFP stipend.
Or you want to jump to communication? That's
Oh,
the
sorry.
regular standing one.
Okay. Communications.
Did Natalie chair it before? So I think we should do Natalie.
Okay. So we're nominating Natalie.
Was it Natalie or Yvette? Or,
It was Natalie.
Was it
But Yvette was the year before,
Oh,
so they were like kind of co. We also will have to ask them which other committees they want to be involved in as well. Anybody else want to be involved? Oh, wait.
Do you want to switch it since they were going back and forth?
Well,
You wanna
Yvette,
nominate Yvette?
Yvette like supported her, but she didn't want to. Yeah. Anybody else want to be involved in, well, first, all in favor of Natalie being chair?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Anybody else want to be involved in communications? Yeah. Joe Vino?
Yvette, right?
yeah, I think you can
Yvette?
probably put Yvette on there.
Okay. Heather was on last year. All right, last up, RFP stipend. Chair. Nominations? Okay, so Enid, All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? No. Anyone else want to be involved in RFP stipend? Keisha? Anybody else? Good. Okay. I'm going to review. If I could talk. Our curriculum chair is Joanna Beck. Members are Stacy Bahari, Keisha Carter, Natalie Lazou. Facilities is, I didn't write your name, Joe. Curriculum chair, Joanna Beck. Members Stacy Bahari, Keisha Carter, Natalie Lazou. And I sit on it too.
No, Keisha's not on that one.
Keisha's
Yeah.
on.
I didn't even have
High five,
Keisha down.
Keisha.
No, you can't be fired.
Okay, Joanna Beck, Stacy Bahari, Natalie Lazou.
Correct.
Then facilities is Joe Avino and Keisha Carter. Then finance is Enid Leo Justy. Governance is Ms. Carter with Anthony McGilchrist as members and Joe Avino. RFP stipend is Enid Vallejo Justy as the chair, Keisha Carter as a member, and then communications is Natalie Lazou, and members are Joe Avino and Yvette Gonzalez.
The only outstanding is grievance, and I don't know if that gets
Oh.
developed if only when needed, or if you want
Let's
it
do it now.
outstanding. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm in chair.
Yeah.
Okay, so I nominate Keisha Carter as chair of grievance. Anyone else?
I was not.
Yeah, she can be.
I can do, we didn't do anything else.
Volunteer.
We
you-
have no grievances, yeah, it's fine.
Do you want to be
That's
chair?
okay, no, she's the chair.
Okay.
I will be.
Wait 1 second. All in favor for,
Aye.
okay. Any opposed? Okay, welcome back, Keisha. And then we'll put Stacy Bahari as a member. Okay,
Perfect.
and that is our 2025-2026 chair positions, committees. No more talking for me.
All right, so next we have board training. Just a reminder that every board member is required to do board training. Especially if you're new, you're going to get information from Tom. And that it's all done through School Boards Association, and they'll be sending you links to either online training or other reminders if you are late on your training. Right, Tom?
Correct.
Yeah. And it is actually very important because if you don't complete it by the time that you're mandated to, they can actually kick you off the board. So we need to make sure everybody understands that and that we complete it in a timely manner and that we stay up to date on all that. Right, Mark?
Correct.
Okay, good. So that's board training, just a reminder, and be on the lookout for any updates on that in your email. And then the only other thing we had on here was board retreat. I don't think you have to set a date, but maybe just give a little update on what that
Yeah,
is.
We do have to do a board retreat.
Well,
Um,
You don't have to decide right now, though.
I know, I just realized I have to.
Hmm.
So there's actually two things. We have to do our board evaluation, which we should probably get pretty soon from Matt. I haven't heard from him in a while. And then we also set up a retreat. We're supposed to have, according to our bylaws, one retreat a year, but we, after feedback from board members, we bumped it up to 2 to 3 times a year. It basically, we're hoping for in person, but sometimes it's done virtually. The topics were like ethics and governance and stuff like that last one. And then the one after that was leadership styles, where we learned each other's leadership styles and the pros and cons to that. So the topics vary, but I'll keep you posted on when that's coming. Okay, resolutions.
I think you have a typo in 250705.
05.
Legal services, I think you have your firm from a couple firms ago.
Oh, really? Oh, well, that's just totally insulting. I'm saying.
Sorry, Mark.
Oh, yeah, what is that? I copied the wrong one again.
What is that?
We can fix that. Hold on. I'm glad. Aren't you glad I shared the agenda with you now? I think that works out, doesn't it? That's good. Yes, I was testing you. See, that's actually how we figured it out. Actually, let me paste in the whole name. Let me get the spelling right. You want to dictate here?
Me?
No. No, I'm gonna have to fix the name before we even go ahead with it.
You want me to go through the resolutions?
Yeah, you want to? Yeah.
Oh. I'm like, what? Me? Huh? Committee. You can tell we're in summer mode. Just doing it now.
Perfect. Excellent. Official. Okay. And that's good. That's before we even had to open it up. That's good. Thanks, Mark. All right, ready? All right. Oh, I have to go over them. Yeah, sorry. So we have 14 tonight. We have a budget summary for all the remaining bills that are paid from the last fiscal year. We've got another one that has to do with the new fiscal year that just started today. We've got the SBA financials for May of 2024. Actually, that should be May of 2025. There we go. I like this living document. This is good. We've got the renewal from our insurance company. We've got the renewal from our legal services company. We've got a number of field trips that are being approved for summer camps where they'll be taking a bus. So we want to get those covered. We've got the appointment of our Title IX compliance officer, which deals with sex discrimination and matters pertaining to that. We've got our 504 compliance officer, which has to do with addressing special needs and making sure everything's done correctly there. And then our affirmative action officer, which deals with discrimination and other things like that that are claimed in the workplace. Then we have our personnel appointments for summer of 2025. We've got a number of different positions where people are going to be doing work, so we want to get those approved. We have a maternity leave for Ms. Taylor, who will be having her baby this summer and is going to be taking some time off, obviously for that purpose, and we want to approve that, and we obviously wish her well. And then we have an addition that I actually put on for approving Tom as our purchasing agent and advising some bidding percentages that he's able to approve some purchases for. So that was added for tonight. We've got a number of HIB affirmations from last closed session where those were presented to the board. And then we do have a closed session to just discuss some legal matters. And that is all of it for tonight.
Okay. Any public comment regarding resolutions? Okay, any public comment in general? Okay. All right. Okay. Resolution 2507-01, budget summary. Be it resolved that the budget summary for June 17, 2025 to June 30th, 2025, total amount $189,802.74 be approved. Moved by Vallejo Jesse, seconds. Avino seconds. Then we ask any questions or comments from the board. And if there's none, then we vote. Okay. So Avino,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Bahari,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
McGilchrist, no.
Vallejo Jesse,
Yes.
had not, yes. Resolution carries. Resolution 2507-02, budget summary. Be it resolved that the budget summary for July 1st, 2025 to July 1st, 2025, total amount of $48,982.25 be approved. Moved by Vallejo Jesse moves, second. Carter seconds. Any questions or comments from the board? Avino,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Bahari,
Yes.
Carter,
Oh, yes.
Vallejo Jesse,
Yes.
had not, yes. Resolution carries. Resolution 2507-03, SBA financial report, May 2025. Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees approve the SBA financial report for May 2025. Moved by Vallejo Jesse moves, second. Avino seconds. Any questions or comments from the board? Avino,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Bahari,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Vallejo Jesse,
Yes.
had not, yes. Resolution carries. Resolution 2507-04, insurance renewal. I can't talk. Be it resolved that the attached insurance policy with Brown & Brown be renewed for the 2025-2026 school year. Moved by Carter moves, second. McGilchrist seconds. Any questions or comments from the board? Avino,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Bahari,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
McGilchrist,
Yes.
Vallejo Justy,
Yes.
had not, yes. Resolution carries.
Need that one here.
Oh, I can't see.
Yeah, right there,
man.
on the computer.
I'm blind. Resolution 2507-05, Legal Services Agreement. Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees approve the attached renewal agreement with Clary Giacobo,
Clary Jacoby,
Jacoby,
Alfred Jacobs.
Alferi Jacobs LLC to provide legal services as necessary for the 2025-2026 school year. Moved by McGilchrist moves, Carter seconds. Any questions or comments from the board? Avino?
Yes.
Beck?
Yes.
Bahari?
Yes.
Carter?
Yes.
McGilchrist?
Yes.
Vallejo Justy?
Yes.
Had not, yes. Resolution carries. Resolution 2507-06, field trips for summer camps. Be it resolved that the TCCS board approve the following summer camp field trips. Thursday, June 26th to Teaneck Cinemas, the 3rd to Boulder City, the 11th to Monster Mini Golf, the 18th to New Milford Swim Club, the 22nd to Extreme Energy, the 24th to Teaneck Cinemas, the 29th to Slime World, and August 1st to Bounce U. Moved by
Carter.
Carter moves, second.
Avino.
Avino seconds. Any questions or comments from the board?
That's all sponsored by tuition, right?
Mhm.
By the tuition.
Yes.
These are great trips.
Good trips.
Better trips than the regular school.
Did they close the swim club for them? Is it just our kids? Yeah? That's fun. What day is that? Stop by. Any other questions or comments from the board? Avino?
Yes.
Beck?
Yes.
Bahari?
Yes.
Carter?
Yes.
McGilchrist?
Yes.
Vallejo Justy?
Yes.
Had not, yes. Resolution carries. Resolution 2507-07, appointment of the Title 9. Oh my God. Compliance Officer. I know that's a 9. Be it resolved that the TCCS Board approve the appointment of Sonia Torres as the Title 9 Compliance Officer. Moved by McGilchrist moves, second Carter, I think. Any questions or comments from the board? Avino.
Yes.
Beck.
Yes.
Bahari.
Yes.
Carter.
Yes.
McGilchrist.
Yes.
Vallejo Justy.
Yes.
Had not, yes. Resolution carries. Resolution 2507-08, appointment of a 504 compliance officer. Be it resolved that the TCCS approve the appointment of Christina Anders as 504 compliance officer. Moved by
Carter.
Avino moves, Carter seconds. Any questions or comments from the board? Avino,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Bahari,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
McGilchrist,
Yes.
Vallejo Justy.
Yes.
Had not, yes. Resolution carries. Resolution 2507-09, appointment of affirmative action officer. Be it resolved that the TCCS approve the appointment of Sonia Torres as the affirmative action officer. Moved by
Carter.
Carter moves, second.
Vallejo Justy.
Vallejo Justy seconds. Any questions or comments from the board? Avino,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Bahari,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
McGilchrist,
Yes.
Vallejo Justy.
Yes.
Had not, yes. Resolution carries. Resolution 2507-10, personnel appointments for summer. Be it resolved that the TCCS Board approve the following personnel appointments for summer 2025. The summer academic enrichment, Laura Eckel and Margaret Troy. Summer maintenance, Kindy M., Addie Ors, and Suzette Waller. Summer camp substitutes, Mr. Adam, Christina Hunter, and Dorsey Williams. Moved by
Yeah.
Bahari moves. Second.
Avino.
Avino seconds. Any questions or comments from the board?
Yeah, I have a question. What is summer maintenance? What is that? Just cleaning up the school?
So yeah, they're helping the custodial staff. They clean lockers, they clean out rooms, they're helping with some painting, some like minor sort of things. You know, not much of the major projects, but definitely just having some extra hands to help out the maintenance staff.
Any other questions or comments from the board? Avino,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Bahari,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
McGilchrist,
Yes.
Vallejo Justy.
Yes.
Had not, yes. Resolution carries. Resolution 2507-11, maternity leave. Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees approve the 12-week maternity leave of Taylor Merberg following the conclusion of her state disability benefit effective estimated date of 9/17/25. Moved by
Carter.
Carter moves, second. McGilchrist seconds. Any questions or comments from the board? We wish her the best with this baby. Avino,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Bahari,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
McGilchrist,
Yes.
Leo Justy.
Yes.
Had not, yes. Resolution carries. Resolution 2507-12, purchasing agent. Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees approve the appointment of Thomas Jaswinski as purchasing agent and with authorization to award contracts up to bid thresholds and set quote threshold at 15% of bid threshold amount 18A-3. Moved by McGilchrist moves, second.
Carter.
Carter seconds. Any questions or comments from the board? Avino,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Bahari,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
McGilchrist,
Yes.
Leo Justy.
Yes.
Had not, yes. Resolution carries. Resolution 2507-13, HIB affirmations. Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees affirm the following HIBs. Moved by
Avino.
Avino moves, second.
Carter.
Carter seconds. Questions or comments from the board? Avino,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Bahari,
Abstain.
Carter.
Yes.
Sorry. McGilchrist.
Yeah.
The Leo Justy.
Yes.
Had not, yes. Resolution carries. Resolution 2507-14, closed session. Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees goes into closed session on July 1st, 2025 to discuss legal matters. Moved by
Carter.
Carter moves, Savino seconds. There will be no decisions made when we come back to open meeting.
That's right.
Okay. And we're going into closed session at
You still got to
8:25.
vote.
Oh, sorry.
All in favor?
Avino,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Bahari,
Yes.
Carter,
Oh, yes.
McGilchrist,
Yes.
Leo Justy.
Yes.
Had not, yes. Going into closed session at 8:25 PM. Thank you guys all for coming. This is not a good reflection of, I am like,